Damo Smiles, and today I'm going to be making you a Thunderbolt coil. This is a coil that I found on Instagram. I will find the name of the guy and I will put it in the video somewhere. But basically it's a little bit different variation on a zipper coil. And I think it looks pretty cool, and by the end of the video you'll see how it goes. The things you're going to need is some rectangular wire from Kidney Puncher, 0.9 by 0.3mm, some 34 gauge, and some various hand tools, same shit that you use every time you build, tweezers, pliers, nylon pliers, screwdriver or Allen key depending on your atomizer. Obviously you're going to need an atomizer, rebuildable atomizer, RDA, whatever you want to call them. A mod that can handle it, an ohm reader, just the typical everyday shit. Alright, so that's it for me talking nonsense. Let's get into this build. Alright, first up what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this rectangular wire. You probably need, I don't know, about 15 to 20 centimeters. Two of those, because we're going to make this like a zipper coil, so we've got two different wires to create. So yeah, you can see those squares there are about 5 centimeters, a little bit over. So I'm just going to cut a piece the length of this mat, and I just dropped my wire and it all came off the spool. Shit. We'll fix that up in a second. One piece. Two pieces. Alright, now that that nightmare is sorted out, we want to take this rectangular wire, just sort of run it between your fingers a little bit to pull it a little bit straighter, because it has got a slight little bit of a bend in it coming off the spool, but that'll do us. Doesn't have to be perfect. Do that for both pieces while we're at it, may as well get it over and done with. Alright, now what we want to do is open up the drill chuck. I forgot to mention that you needed a drill, but that kind of goes without saying for most builds. Add this in here. Now we'll move down the other end down here. As you can see, got some swivels and a keyring. I'm just going to wrap this around itself, around that little keyring. Need to pull this a little bit closer. Give myself a bit more room to move. Wrap that around there. Wrap it back around itself so it doesn't come undone. Tuck it in. Pull these swivels tight. See that there? This little leg here. We're going to wrap our 34 gauge around it, and we're going to start to clap them. Alright, now as we've got to make two of these because it's like a zipper variation. For this first one I'm just going to go forwards because that's the way I'm more comfortable. Oh, no we don't. Failure. Drill's not plugged in. Give me a second. Alright. Drill's plugged in. Wires are all hooked up. Hopefully I don't have any more bullshit dramas. And we're off to make a Clapton. there, no worries, you just reverse your drill, pull that wire off and start it up again. Good opportunity to move my camera angle. Just so that you guys can keep seeing what I'm up to. Alright, back and forwards and away we go. Getting pretty close to the end of the Clapton here, so I just had to change my camera angle again. And that'll do it about there. Alright, now this shit's a bit hard. This wire's a bit thin to cut off with snips, so scissors works beautifully. Just want to say, this new flavour that's come out from You Got E-Juice, this blueberry waffle. I've never really had toasted vapes before, but holy shit, that's nice. Alright, now, that's the first Clapton finished. Alright, let's see if I can capture this right. Right. All we're going to do, because this one was wrapped forwards, we're going to take the end of it, hold it tight, just like a normal twisted wire. We're going to twist the living shit out of this wire. Just don't go too fast because you don't want to over twist. Let it shrink in together. And we're almost there. Get this a little bit closer so that you can see what we're dealing with. Finally in focus, see that wavy pattern and the reflection of the light starting to form a lightning bolt shape? That's what we're looking for. Maybe a little bit tighter for this one, but not too much tighter, otherwise we'll end up snapping our wires. Just give it a little bit more of a spin. Go. We want to try and get these lines sort of straight, while these lines are still at a mad angle. That gives us our lightning bolt look-alike. Alright, so that one's, I'm pretty happy with. Bend a bit of a leg up. Because of the shape of this wire, you might need to grab it with a pair of pliers. Just to twist that leg around a little bit so that it holds in your drill chuck properly. Put that in there, tighten her up. There we go. Stupid camera focus. Focus, fuck ya. Stupid phone. Call themselves smart, but they're really not that intelligent when they can't stay in focus. Alright, so same sort of deal as before. We're going to wrap the 34 gauge around this. But what we're going to do this time, instead of going forwards, we're going to go backwards. Or reverse, anti-clockwise, whatever you want to call it. As long as you're going in the opposite direction for this Clapton as what you did with the last one. Before I do that part, I need to hook this back up to my swivels again. You've seen all that last time, so I'm just going to do it quickly off camera. Cut this dangly bit off so I don't get tangled with it. Alright, and now we're off to make the second half of this. The reverse Clapton. Let me just tuck that away a bit further, I don't need to get stabbed. Camera angle, see if I can get a good angle down the whole line for this one. Oh, there we go. It's not too bad. It's not the greatest focus, but let's work with that. Oh. If you make mistakes like that, change the direction of your drill, pull it off. Pull your spool back to where you're comfortable. And away we go again. As much luck with this reverse Clapton as what I did with the forwards one, but still not bad, not bad. I usually have way more trouble than this. Get rid of this 34 gauge. Try not to drop the spool again. Alright, got that locked off. Put that down. This is the part that you didn't see earlier. Cut it off. Just there. Now, the trick to this is you've got to keep it in reverse while you twist the shit out of this one. because everything needs to be opposite to the first one. Otherwise we're not going to get the desired effect when we wrap it. So staying in reverse, it starts to twist. Just slowly. Alright, now what we want to do is we want to compare the sizing, because we want to try and get these as even as possible. We've got a ways to go yet, but just to show you. We've got to be getting close now. Not quite there, just a little bit more. Right, that's pretty close. Alright, so now we can take this out of the drill. And we're almost ready for the next step. Alright, now I've changed my camera angle. What we want to do is cut these little friggin' dangly bits off the end. It's not evenly twisted in there anyway, as you can see. So we just snip that off, get rid of it. There we go. And see, now we've got our lightning bolts going in opposing directions. This one over this side, I probably could have twisted just a little bit more because they're not exactly 100% even. This side's a bit smaller, but for the purpose of this tutorial video, you get the point. You see what it looks like. Put those two pieces aside. We'll use these ones to wrap up our first coil. I believe this is a 3mm screwdriver. And I think I'm going to try and get 4 wraps. Which is going to turn out to basically look like 8 wraps anyway. But I don't want to go with too many because otherwise we won't fit it in our atomizer. And for those that want to know, I'm actually using a Mad Hatter version 2 for this build. So there's 2 wraps, 3 wraps. Try and keep them as tight as you can. You can always grab them with a pair of pliers to pull them a bit tighter if you need to. Lightning bolt coils, whatever you want to call them. I call them Thunderbolts because the original photo that I seen was called a Thunderbolt. Alright, let's get this mounted up because I'm pretty sure my battery is dying on my phone and I don't want to lose you guys. I'll just trim this down a little bit. It's also a good idea, before you do shit like this, to make sure that you've got your post holes unscrewed. But if you're anything like me, I'm a dickhead, and I never unscrew them. Don't be a prick. Get in there, you know you want to. Alright, I probably should have used a 2.5mm screwdriver for this. It might be a bit tight getting my top cap back on, but we'll see how we go. Let me get this out of the way. Alright, so there's the first one. Let's trim these leads off. Sit that down. Start the wrapping process again. You just got to make sure that you position them right, because you don't want you want the lightning bolts to come diagonally towards each other, not go diagonally away from each other. I don't know, I don't think it really matters, but I just find it more aesthetically pleasing to look at them in this configuration rather than, for example, that configuration. Well, they still go diagonally towards each other, but diagonally up rather than diagonally down. I'd rather diagonally down. But each to their own. It's not going to really affect the performance of the vape at all, I don't think. Anyway, so let's start again. 4 wraps. Keep them tight, keep them neat. Those dramas later. Just trim these down a little bit because they're a bit daggy. Holy snapping turds, that went flying. Alright, I'm going to have to find those little bits of wire later so no one treads on them, but... Well, and again, see, I told ya, this guy, dickhead. Just trying to get this positioned right so that I don't get any shorting. Alright, let's get rid of these other leads. This one needs a little bit of work because it's moved about a little bit, but that's just a matter of pulling it tight and repositioning. There we go. There we go, people. 0.14 pre-fire as a dual coil. That's not too bad. Box. Just always remember your battery safety, Ohm's law, and whatnot. I don't want to find out that someone's copied this and blown their face off and then try to blame me for it, because I won't accept responsibility for that shit. If you're too stupid to act safely when you build these things and you hurt yourself, that's on you, not on me. Alright. See, I'm getting a different reading. On this, 0.1 ohms. It's still going to fire. Doesn't really matter. Alright, I'm back. I had a bit of a mishap. My battery went dead. Wasn't plugged in. All sorts of crazy shit. So, in the meantime, I took these coils and gave them a bit of a wash. All I did was a bit of mild detergent on an old toothbrush. Give them a bit of a scrub in hot water. And then give them a really good rinse out afterwards to make sure you get all that soap out of there, because you don't want to taste that when you're vaping. Alright, so now, make sure that we're down on a nice low temperature. Yeah, that'll do. I just want to give this a couple pulses and just look for any major, instantly noticeable shorts or hotspots, because if they're really bad, they will show up at a low temperature straight away. We look to be all good there. While we're at it, we're just vaping off all that water, so we're just getting rid of some steam. Alright, we don't have any major shorts or hotspots in there. We're clearing the posts. Only just, but we are. This is going to be fun, trying to get the top cap on over the top of those coils, because they are pretty big. But we'll worry about that step when we get to it. So right, so jump up about 45 watts. Keep going. Any more hot spotting or faults that, you know, they should start showing up now. Last of that water will fuck off. And just, again, slow, easy pulses. We don't want the coils getting red at this stage. Alright, so we'll jump up to 65 watts now. Be careful when you start pulsing at this one, because you still really don't want to let these coils go red. Not just yet. And you'll see why shortly. A bit of a pinch, a little tight. See, the good thing about this too is because those wires are in parallel, there's spacing in between each wrap on the individual wires. So they don't short too badly and they don't hotspot too much. Alright, looking pretty good. Let's bump her up. Get her up about 100. 110, that'll... Alright, pause. Go get some batteries. Alright. Alright. I'm back. Fresh batteries. Fuck my life. Just about anything that can go wrong in making a video has gone wrong for me today in this video. couple of quick pulses just to make sure we've got absolutely no shorts or hotspots. Fuck me, I just put new batteries in there and they obviously didn't charge properly because I've got no fucking power again. Anyway, let's see if we can get this to happen. If not, I might have to swap mods. Alright. Let it get red. Let it cool. After you fire her up and it gets red, can't really see because my light in this house absolutely sucks. We've got some nice blues showing up in there and some purples. And this one's like nice and golden. See if I can't. I've probably lost all of my colours, but a little bit of colour in there. I never have much luck getting my coils to colour up when I'm trying to do it on camera. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter anyway. What you want to make sure of is that they fire evenly. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thunderbolt coils, all made, good to go. That's our vapor production. Let's get some clouds happening, what do you reckon? Alrighty, so this is our build. All juiced up, our lightning bolts. Gonna get some clouds happening for you now, right? Just let me get this fucking top cap back on. We're still looking at about 0.1 ohm, 0.11 reading on this. If I throw it back on that ohm reader, it's a different reading. I'm not sure which one's giving me the wrong reading, but this is the device I'm going to vape it on, so I'm just going to go with 0.11. So again, make sure your device can handle a low firing build. And let's see what this maybe does. We're sitting on 90 watts at the moment. Let's get a cloud, eh? Alright, so there you have it, people. That was a Thunderbolt coil build. It's not too bad with the flavour. There are better flavour builds out there, but as you can see, some pretty nice clouds. The flavour is there. It's not muted, but maybe something like an Alien might flavour up a little bit better. Staggered, stapled, fused Clapton, things like that. But, you know, again, it is a good flavour build. It is a good cloud build. I'll throw some macro shots in at the end of this video here. and hopefully that helps some of you guys out. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you do, like, subscribe. I'm only new to coil vid builds. I think this is like the third one that I've uploaded to YouTube now. It's the first time I've even really spoken in a vid. I kind of sound a bit like a stupid bogan, but that name's already taken, so I guess Jamo Styles. We've got a Jamo Smiles is where I'm at. What more can I say really? Just remember, when you're building, build safe, guys. Always check your ohms, resistance, whatever you want to call it. Use appropriate mods. And be safe and vape on.